For some people like me, the idea of PlayStation Classics being in this PlayStation Plus premium service came down to one thing. Okay, that's a little bit of a stretch, but a lot of us had hope for one specific feature to be included in these classic games, and baby, it's there! That being trophies. We'll talk all about that. Assassin's Creed Origins looking to get a very nice update as well on PlayStation 5, and we have a bit of an update on Wolverine on PlayStation 5. I think this was something that a lot of you guys knew about, but we'll give you guys a heads up on it. But first of all, Ben Studio, over on their Twitter page, noted, incoming from Ben Studio, agency intel reports that Siphon Filter will include trophies when it arrives on the all-new PlayStation Plus. Now, I don't know if this is a case of every classic title is gonna have trophies, but hopefully that is the case. Ben Studio also noted that, yes, you can also earn a Platinum trophy. Look, I get it for a lot of you guys, you don't give two S's about trophies, and you don't care whether or not trophies are in games. However, I knew growing up when I had my PlayStation 3, bro, I was a trophy fiend. Whenever I got a game and that little ding went off, it was just like a sound of euphoria. You know, these days, those are the days of the past, and these days I am more so going for the Platinum in the games that I really enjoy, and I'm not really worried about Platinum in games to the point where it makes me not have fun with the game. But back in the day, it definitely got to the point of that. But yeah, I think for a lot of you guys, hey, it's a nice addition, and for some people, it's gonna be a nice inclusion to these classic games. Now, the classic games are gonna be buyable separately as well, so it's not just exclusive to the PlayStation Plus Premium, but I imagine that that's gonna be the biggest way that people are gonna be playing this game. I don't know, maybe some of you guys will be buying these games standalone. It'll be interesting to see what they're priced at as well. Back in the day on the PlayStation 3, PS1 Classics were priced at $5.99, I wanna say. So, I don't know if they're gonna go with $5.99 these days. Things just, I mean, when we were buying PS1 games on PS3, $5.99 was the price, but that was also, what, a decade ago? More than a decade ago. Since then, a lot of things have gone up in price, and back in the day also, there were a select few PS1 games that were a little bit more expensive. I believe Final Fantasy VII was like $9.99, and yeah, there were a couple games that were a little bit more expensive. FF7, the one that sticks out the most to me. FF7 is also available in the form of a PS4 release. The original, that's $14.99. So yeah, it gets a little bit confusing there, but the PS1 Classics were $6 on the PS3. The fact they're adding trophies, I feel like it's gonna be $7.99 or $9.99, but we'll see how that turns out. Again, I imagine that a lot of you guys will be playing them when they arrive on the all-new PlayStation Plus. Alright, moving on from that, a PlayStation Game Size noted, Assassin's Creed Origins Update 1.60 added to the database, patch notes added a franchise menu, enabled higher frame rate when running on the PlayStation 5 console. That's super exciting. AC Origins is one of those games that looks so much smoother playing at 60 FPS. That goes for a lot of games, but I remember when I booted up AC, it was one of the AC games on like the Series, not the Series X, the Xbox One X, and I believe it ran at a higher frame rate on that. It just looks so much smoother. And I have played AC Origins and Odyssey on PC, and we played it at 60 FPS, and the game just runs it feels so much better at 60 FPS. And again, that goes for just about every game, and hopefully we do see a lot more of these older titles just get boosted on the PlayStation 5. It would be so nice if some of these older games would go up to 60 frames per second on PS5. I know that, you know, it's an added undertaking for a developer or a publisher, and not everybody has, you know, the manpower in a development studio to go back and, you know, boost up a lot of these games, but it just would be nice to see a lot more of these games have that. Assassin's Creed 4, I believe that's not upgraded. Bro, I would go back and play AC4 in a heartbeat if it went up to 60 frames per second. I actually just downloaded it on PC recently, so we're gonna go back and play it at some point, but yeah, that's a nice update to see with Assassin's Creed Origins. That looks to be coming sometime next week. Hopefully that does drop, and hopefully we get it on Odyssey too, because I don't think Odyssey has gotten that upgrade. And lastly, I do want to note Walt Williams over on Twitter, his Twitter account being Walt D. Williams. I'm too old and tired to figure out how to do a bio change video, but this happened today, so that's fun. He noted, narrative director on Wolverine PS5 previous Star Wars Squadrons, Battlefront 2, Significant Zero, Spec Ops The Line. Yes, Wolverine is being written, by the looks of it, by the same person that did Spec Ops: The Line. And if you guys know Spec Ops: The Line, oh, that was a dark game. That was a mature game that is not for the faint of heart. I actually went back and played it not too long ago, and that game is still as emotionally grim as they come. So definitely not a game I wouldn't recommend to everyone, but it's a game I would highly recommend you to give a shot to. Gameplay-wise, it doesn't hold up the best. Like, it's a very basic third-person shooter, but narratively, it is just incredibly strong. Unfortunately, it was a very short campaign. Multiplayer wasn't anything to write home about, and $60 is just gonna be a little bit of a hard sell for a game like that. You guys know my feelings on Wolverine. Obviously, like, maybe I come across a little bit pessimistic when talking about it and just a little bit negative. It's a Wolverine game done by Insomniac at the end of the day. I am 99.9% sure it's gonna turn out really well. It's just, man, it's probably going to be a game that's going to come out in 2024. Like, it's hard to get excited for that when we know Insomniac's going to put out Spider-Man probably first, and that's the game that it's easier to get more excited about. But Spider-Man, we don't even have gameplay for that either, and that's why these games are far away. At least Spider-Man, we know the release window of 2023, but yeah, Insomniac keeping very busy, and this definitely gets me excited for the possibilities of Wolverine. And the CG trailer, the little bit that we saw, I mean, it already kind of gave us the tone and the idea that this was gonna be a bit more of a mature Wolverine experience. You guys ever play X-Men Origins Wolverine? That game was pretty mature as well, so don't get it twisted. We've seen Wolverine in a mature video game before. This one, I imagine, is gonna be a much different style, though. So yeah, I'm very excited for it, and hopefully it does turn out pretty darn well. And that's gonna do it for me. Again, by the looks of it, it looks like these PlayStation Classics are gonna have trophies, at least in the case of Siphon Filter. That will be a definite, as Ben Studio has tweeted that out. And the fact that they have a Platinum trophy in it as well, that's awesome. Sometimes, the reason that's awesome is sometimes these smaller releases don't have Platinum trophies. Like, you can get a couple bronze, a couple silver, and usually like one gold, but they wouldn't have a Platinum trophy. The fact this has a Platinum trophy, that's quite nice to see, especially because it's Siphon Filter, man. It was one of the classic PlayStation IPs, so good to see that. Assassin's Creed Origins, potentially getting a 60 frames per second mode or a upgraded FPS mode, that would be awesome, and hopefully that is going to continue with games in general. But if Ubisoft is going to do it with some of your older games as well. AC4, AC Rogue, that would be awesome to see. I know they're more entrenched into the idea of the newer Assassin's Creed games, but nonetheless, it'd be great to play those at 60 FPS. And lastly, again, Walt Williams, the narrative director on Wolverine. That's pretty exciting, and that kind of gives me the vibe that this is going to be a pretty mature experience. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.